2, start it up.
All right,
Offense.
guys. So on the left-hand side, we do have two arc with Evilo NN. It's going to be Evol right now, or Evo. I'm going to just call him Evo.
He's the entire competitive scene for Smash. He's Evo.
He's Evo. He is all of Evo. We have a few tricks on Tychus. Let's see if he actually shows a few tricks for us. Kiefer's on Kerrigan, Mr. J Pickles on ETC, and Kiro on Brightwing.
Well, and their opposition this game is the well-known Symbiote Gaming Kaio on that Tassadar Dreadnought Arthas with the fancy skin. Gazlo running there on the Soldier, normal brown horse, followed up with Mad Timmy and Arthalon in the bottom lane as Rhaegar and Abathur respectively. I have to pause for just 1 second to get my sound back on. I had to get muted.
That's fine. Well,
Alpha.
what I find interesting is that, we see the epic skin on Mad Timmy for Rhaegar, which means that he's got wolves on his wolf.
Oh, yeah.
He's got wolves
so many wolves. Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. He's going to get actually bonus wolf for this game. That's how much wolf he has. We have the top lane getting pushed here by Soldier and Kaio. Gazlo Tassadar are going to put a lot of pressure on that lane, and you can already see that Team 2ARC has had to respond by placing 3 people near this part of the map.
Are you on normal speed?
Oh man, I'm definitely on faster. Definitely on faster.
All right, so let's give me a time.
I'm at 2 minutes right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sorry,
buddy. Give me a couple of seconds.
Yeah, you can catch up. Don't worry, I'll cast alone while you catch up. Join me on this adventure. We actually see both teams just kind of playing out a normal lane phase. We have a really conservative Rhaegar Brightwing bottom lane, and it looks like all the action is going to be in this top lane where Tassadar and Gazlo are looking to push up against ETC, Barbarian, and Kerrigan.
I'm at
Not
220.
225 right now. Kaio just dodged. Kiefer stun combo. Pretty good Void Shift. Fast fingers there by him, but this 2ARC team is losing the health efficiency battle in this lane pretty hard, so that's going to be a concern throughout the laning phase. Meanwhile,
they don't have a lot of sustain for this type of a phase. I mean, Tassadar's got all the shields. Gazlo gets to pick up all the gears and regenerate mana, but there's just absolutely no sustain here with ETC, Kerrigan, and Sonya. Now, it looks like they're going to be a little bit cheeky here, and they're going to go and try and steal Symbiote Gaming.
Yeah, 2ARC being really brave here. I like it.
This is going to be a little bit... This is dangerous, and Symbiote's actually not even playing too passive for this either. Like, there's 2 people missing, and Symbiote's just like, yeah, whatever. Soldier looks like he's gonna finally come down and actually be able to see that this is happening.
Not gonna be able to do anything about it though. Ends up giving those knights away. Just gonna try and deal with them with turrets before they can get to damage the actual structures. So, assuming that 2ARC didn't lose any experience for that, they get a small experience edge from capping those knights. Meanwhile, first blood happening. Wow. Dreadnought and Mad Timmy actually managed to kill 2ARC's Brightwing. Although it looks like the re-engage by SMG.
Yeah, it looks like Mad Timmy's just barely gonna get taken out there by a few tricks. I think I hung for a couple of seconds there.
Possible. I'm at 354.
So far
having a little bit of timing issues this game. It's okay though. So Brightwing get caught out a little hard there by Arthas, probably in the brush, and then that Envenom just takes him down, last bit of HP. And 2ARC making a good job rotating back down to follow up and get their own kill, but it's a little bit of a downer for them to lose that first blood. And see how that rolls out. Those knights not very effective, but it did deny them from Gazlo, so that's a good call by them. If the least that your mercs do is just deny it from happening for the enemy team, especially one that has a Gazlo, it's still worth it to do. So
Gazlo has not picked his level 7 or his level... Is he trying to hide his talents? He hasn't picked any of his talents yet. He hasn't picked his level 4 or his level 7. He did take Demolitionist as his level 1 talent. So Soldier's playing something funky, and I don't know what it is.
He's trying to be sneaky. Is it possible that maybe he picks up Robo-Goblin if and only if they're in a position to use it, as Evilon just gets wrecked? Maybe lives.
Okay, he is going to get taken out there. Mad Timmy does jump in just to get that kill, and Mad Timmy's so incredibly low in health, but is going to be able to get behind that gate.
Wow,
Soldier also going to get taken out.
Yeah, he just walked up and kind of died there to the Kerrigan leap. Guess he wasn't expecting him to re-engage there. Meanwhile, in the FEC, both teams at level 8, 2 kills apiece, so 1 for 1 there, but 2ARC does get the mercs, so they come out ahead. in that engagement.
Two are
Meanwhile,
being
Tribute.
incredibly cheeky with these mercs. I mean, they're just like coming around, stealing all these mercs and getting back out of there. They're really good at this. Kiro's going to be able to get the Tribute as well, so Two are in a pretty sizable advantage right now.
Yeah, they're actually a level up right now on SMG, which is not what I would have expected going into this game. Really good aggressive play by them, leading to this early game lead. Let's see if they can do something with it. They have these ogres pushing top. They might be able to make something happen with that if they can get level 10 soon. We see an engage in the middle here. Soldier just dodging out of that Kerrigan stun, so nothing's going to happen there.
Some really beautiful dodging there on that Primal Grasp. And that's one thing that you can try and do when you're playing as somebody who doesn't really have an escape like Gazlo. It's just trying to out-rotate your Kerrigan opponent so that Primal Grasp doesn't actually pull you into those blades.
Yeah, definitely. And Symbiote going for this Grave Golem. Now, 2arc is level 10. If 2arc finds out about this and they show up there, they will kill Symbiote with that 10 to 9 advantage. This is really, really scary. It's going down super fast, though, with the triple turrets and the Arthas.
Oh, but here comes Keepers with the ultimate. Maelstrom going to take out Soldier. Soldier just barely going to try and run away. He does go down to the ticks of Envenom. There is an Emerald Wind to push Dreadnought out of the claim circle for the jungle camp, and Grave Golem's going to go straight on over to Team 2arc.
Wow, 2arc making the plays there. Like I said, it was really risky by Symbiote to go for that Grave Golem while 2arc had the level 10 advantage, and we see they kind of got punished for that. Lost not only the Grave Golem, but 2 deaths. There's a huge Knight push in the mid lane. It looks like they're actually going to lose 2 forts off this curse almost immediately, giving 2arc more time to do other things as well. So they're in a really dangerous spot right now. It's easy for the team who gets an early curse like this, especially when they're ahead, to start taking a lot of objectives off this. And we're going to see them potentially get to level 13 here, which is going to be scary because that means that Symbiote has to fight well down a talent.
This is the really interesting thing here, Dunk. This is Gazlo has not picked a heroic ability yet. And they're setting up for it. They're setting up for it, man. They've got the second. Oh my God, they're going for it.
It's a Syndragosa.
Here they go.
Oh my God, they're going for the core.
And they're gonna go for it. They're going straight in. They're taking out the keep. They have to take out the keep before they can take out the palace. Arthon
the double Robo Bloodlust.
And here comes the Archon as well. Soldier and Dreadnought are just tearing through absolutely everything. Are they going to be able to turn this around and get the Palace kill? Dreadnought goes straight on in for the Palace. Soldier does get finally taken out. Mad Timmy is going to be the only one left alive as Dreadnought gets focused down as well. And they took out the keep.
Oh my gosh,
but they
took out the
actually
keep.
Get the Palace.
Oh wow, that is actually super interesting.
I think this might be game.
So now 2arc has a 2-level lead. They're even on keeps because they actually got the mid keep with that curse. And funny note, there are no catapults spawning for Symbiote here because they didn't kill the fort in that lane. They didn't kill the first fort, so there's no catapults. So actually, 2arc has the advantage of the catapults in the mid lane. Symbiote has this wacky composition that's gonna have to find a way to get all 5 of its members onto the core in order to win. And now that they're behind in levels and objectives, how are they going to come back into this game? I mean, they don't have a composition that can teamfight. They're not going to get a miracle teamfight here to win the game, so they're going to have to make some really slick rotations or map pressure in order to get back in this game.
This is intense. Soldier does get caught out by Evo. Evo coming in now. Is he going to be able to take out Soldier? It looks like the rest of 2arc is not actually responding just yet. There is a Grave Golem down bot lane. So that means that Evo is not going to get hit by the tower and actually get slowed down by it. Soldier's still going to keep running around. Soldier running back into Evo. I'm not exactly sure what's going on right now. Abathur was there for a couple of seconds, but then left, and then Soldier's now just throwing down a whole bunch of turrets. He is just barely gonna... Oh, no.
The slam got canceled. There we go.
There we go. Gazlo finally taken out, and somehow we've synced back up again. I don't even know how that's possible, Dunk. I'm gonna be quite honest.
Wizardry. It has to be wizardry, sir.
Yeah. You know what?
Well,
Dunk.
So that's actually really interesting. 2arc kind of spent a lot of time chasing Gazlo there, and it's actually kind of a loss for them to spend that much time chasing one target when they have this much of a lead. They definitely want to be forcing objectives while they have this huge lead. The 16 to 13 gap, not only is it 3 levels worth of stats, but the level 16 talents are typically game changers. I mean, people like Kerrigan and Brightwing and Tychus get really big level 16 talents, so they should definitely be using this to kind of finish off the game. And they put some pressure on the bottom fort. but they're going to pull back full heal and go for those ogres topside to get some split pressure. And Symbiote's going to have to pull some wild stunts to get back in this game.
Yeah, they're down to level 13. I mean, they're just barely getting their 13 talents now. So they're an entire talent tier behind, and that's massive. I mean, you can see there's already 2 stone skins out here for 2 arc, which means that they're going to have an extra 30% health on 2 heroes compared to what, what Symbiote's going to have in the next team fight.
Yeah, definitely. And those larger blades on Kerrigan are no joke either. You can get a lot of people once you get that increased blade size on the stun. So, 2-Arc here, kind of looking a little unorganized at this moment. I mean, they did a really good job getting that advantage in the early game, but it feels like they're letting the pressure slip up, which is not what you want to do against this Symbiote composition. If you give them time, then the chances of you just losing the game to a weird play go up exponentially. So you want to put the pressure on and actually end the game as soon as you possibly can. You don't want to let them get it to the end game where either team can win with a core push.
You know, I think it's like one of those situations where you don't know what exactly happened, but somehow you didn't die. It's like maybe something that happens like in your car, or like you slip in the bathtub and like all of a sudden you think you're gonna break your neck or something, but like something's, and you're just sitting there and you're like, what happened? I don't quite know, and you don't know what to do for a couple of seconds. I feel like that's what 2-Arc is running into right now. Like they've gotten just like this major lead because of this ridiculous tactic that came out here from Symbiote. And they don't exactly know what to do at this early stage of the game with this type of a lead.
No. They figured it out.
They
as soon as
figured
the
it
Grave
out.
Golem
Looks like they're going to go
spawned.
for the Grave Golem, and this is actually a very nice positioning for them as well, because the tribute's also going to be spawning for them. And they already are up 1 tribute. So
look at Symbiote on the bottom half of the map.
But there's a sentry. They've been scouted.
Huge scouting drone there by 2-Arc.
Everything from 2-Arc is backing right now.
That is a huge scouting drone. Symbiote's entire strategy just got denied by that scouting drone, and now there's a Night Push with catapults in the mid lane and a Grave Golem on the top side pressuring for 2-Arc. What is Symbiote going to do?
Oh, but here comes the engagement from Evo. He does go in. There is the clone already here from Arslan from Abathur. There is a beautiful Cinder Ghost that goes down the entire lane of 2-Arc. Are they going to be able to clean this up? KO is doing so much damage with that Archon hit. The ETC ult actually doesn't hit too many people. Double healing ward actually going to keep everything alive. Well, at least the ones that are still left alive. And
yeah,
looks like KO and Soldier are going to be able to get out of here. Soldier's in a really curious predicament right now.
Yeah, he's okay. He'll be able to back if he wants to. I'm more concerned about this keep on the top side that 2-Arc just got.
No, okay.
Don't be silly, Soldier. Come on.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
There, he's got it. He's figured it out. Maybe he was trying to buy some time, get 2-Arc to back up and pull off on the pressure, but 2-Arc has a 3-on-2 advantage here for only a couple seconds more. Abathur ult is down, so he's not that effective in full-on team fights. So 2-Arc's going to be able to take this tribute, it looks like, unless Symbiote regroups in time. They took the ogres, they took the keep on the top side during that engagement with the Grave Golem. So now 2-Arc knows Symbiote's strategy. Yeah, only one keep left for Symbiote. 2-Arc knows what their plan is. They've clearly demonstrated that their plan is like to go bottom and end the game as soon as they see an opportunity. So 2-Arc just has all of the cards here. They get to play around what Symbiote's trying to do. They are in the driver's seat. They have a 2-level lead. They should be able to close this game out as soon as they take that Grave Golem on the bottom lane. They're just looking to deny these Knights here from Symbiote to ensure that they have all the pressure possible on the map.
The thing about this type of a strategy coming out here from Symbiote Gaming is that even though it's an incredibly, you know, kind of like a one-trick pony almost in a way, even if they are able to catch 2-Arc off guard by maybe even delaying 2-Arc the ability to get back to the base for 10 seconds,
yeah,
Symbiote can win this game in that 10 seconds. Like, there's nothing to disengage those Gazlos from getting to that palace and doing the immediate amount of damage. I mean, they've got grenades, they've got Kerrigan and everything, but they don't have things like Void Prison to just completely stop everything.
Yeah.
They don't have any way to protect.
Zeratul was banned this game. Now we know why Symbiote did it. This must have been the plan all along. Wow,
this
huge
is the plan all along.
Although this is going to be a tough hold for Symbiote here, honestly. 2-Arc coming in with a 2-level lead. Kerrigan engaging on Gazlo.
18. Here comes a massive jump in there from 2-Arc. 2-Arc doing so much damage. Mr. J Pickles does get the mosh pit on Dreadnought. Matt Timmy also caught as well. Arthlon trying to keep away all of the backline of 2-Arc, and he's doing a really good job of that with that cloned Archon. And actually, Symbiote's going to hold this off.
Wow. Symbiote doing a huge job there, holding that team fight against the over-leveled 2-arc.
Holy shit.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Definitely crazy.
This is just... There's no way. I don't believe that this is happening. Let's take a look at those talents once again. We have Stone Skin now coming out here from Arthas. Gazlo's got more turrets. Tacidar's got more second strike on Psystorm. Lightning Bond coming out here, and Locust Swarm from Amethyst. So nothing really too crazy coming out here from the level 17 talents. And 2-arc's been on level 17 talents for a very long time. They're about to hit 20.
Yeah, 2-arc is about to hit 20, while Symbiote is at 18. But now that Symbiote has had a chance, they've taken this bottom Grave Golem, and they're going to get a little bit of the pressure relieved from them. They're still not in a great place. They're still behind. They still have more team fights to win if they want to actually win the game. But at least by taking that Grave Golem, they've ended one of the best ways that 2-arc had to guarantee and win on the game immediately. And 2-arc is not in position to defend against this push in the bottom lane. ETC trying to come in for a flank, it looks like, but I don't think they're going to get here in time to save the fort. And Symbiote can just back off, take that experience, and then collect themselves for the next engagement.
Absolutely perfect maneuvers here from Symbiote Gaming. I mean, they just need to get that experience. They need to get everything. I mean, and I think at the same time, 2-arc played that pretty perfectly. The last time they got into a major engagement with Symbiote Gaming, that Rhaegar Bloodlust plus double Archon was just far too strong for them to deal with. Yeah. And they just want to wait for the perfect engagement, some point where they have an actual advantage, because right then, with the Grave Golem tanking all the hits from the fort, they really didn't have a massive advantage to go in against Symbiote Gaming.
Yeah. There's also no real reason to engage here while you're level 19. Just wait it out for 20. It's a lot safer to teamfight when you're 20 and they're not, than to try and force something that's maybe a little awkward at 19 and end up throwing away that big experience lead that they still have going into this phase of the game. Symbiote setting up, gonna grab this Grave Golem on the top side really fast. Actually using that Robo Goblin for that. It's got a relatively short cooldown because of the salvage of trade, so he's actually fine to do that. And they're now doing what Gazlo does, taking advantage of all the mercs, and have recouped on map pressure, even in levels now, although 2-arc still has a hefty experience lead. So we're going to see them get 20, and that's going to be their breakpoint to try and make something happen here, because if this game goes much longer, the game turns from 2-arc's heavily advantaged into a coin flip.
Oh, and it looks like 2-arc does want to get an engagement. Here comes Mr. J Pickles. He's going to come on into the middle of the team. Does get a mosh pit on Mad Timmy, but Mad Timmy's going to get released in a couple of seconds. Dreadnought being focused down now. Arthalon is waiting for that Archon to pick up on his clone, but is he going to be able to get it? I don't think so. Soldier coming in here doing a good amount of damage. KO still alive with the Archon. Going to keep alive, but Karo is staying on him. Does get the Polymorph. Here comes a few tricks with the Tychus Odin. Is he going to be able to finish him off? No, the Q just barely. Not going to be able to hit him. And Arthalon now in the middle. Oh, Trix is going to be able to get it. Oh, yes. There is the noodle kill on Arthalon, and Soldier now just going to sprint and run away.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate place for Arthalon's clone to end, because
he's going to get into the bush and be able to back KO now, going a few tricks. A little bit too scared, even though there's only 2 people up here.
2-arc actually not pushing the advantage. The fact that they have 3 people up against 2, I would expect them to push an advantage there, get something done, but it looks like they're actually just going to pull back and take the secure ogres and go for the tribute, which is a totally reasonable play. But I think fighting there before they hit 20 was a pretty big mistake. Now both teams have 20, they're basically dead even, and the game has become pretty much a coin flip, I would say, due to the fact that if Symbiote gets into the base, they just end the game. And now 2-arc is in a spot where if they make a slight misstep and give Symbiote even 10 or 15 seconds on the core, they'll end the game. So 2-arc has to make really high pressure plays without losing to the back door. And we see Soldier coming in here, and it looks like he's getting caught.
Let's talk about really scary things. That 2-arc has Symbiote Gaming has 2 sets of Resurgence of the Storm. That's why I'm really not too excited about this Gazlo being picked off, because he was really just trying to get into position. If he could get into position, doesn't matter if he loses that life. He's got 5 seconds, he comes right back up, and then he's back up again, and he's good. And they've got 2 Resurgence of the Storm, so they can really kind of throw away Dreadnought and Soldier for like little stupid things. And if they get caught, if they don't get found, then they're in a major advantage to do the double Robo Goblin push. If they do, then they just get caught, they wait 200 seconds, and they come back and push. Here comes the engagement, and there's a mosh pit going down on KO as well as Soldier. KO is going to get his little temporal shift and get out of there. Soldier is going to get taken out, but here comes the Dark Messiah. Evelyn using Emerald Wind in the middle of the fight, going to push away absolutely everybody from Symbiote Gaming, going to ruin so much of the synergy, but it doesn't matter. The Rhaegar Blood Fury is going to do so much on KO's Dark Messiah, and is going to be able to take out Mr. J. Pickle as well. The only person left up right now is a few tricks, but Arthalon is staying very, very close to him.
Wow, that's a huge pickup for Symbiote. They fight a fight where they're even levels, 20 to 20, and then Dark Archon plus Bloodlust combination just demolishes 2Arc's team fight because they don't manage to snipe out that Tassadar. And now you see a 4-man strong Symbiote push on the bottom lane. And I don't know if 2Arc can defend their core here. They only have 2 people up. We've got 20 plus seconds on death timers. It's so late in the game. As soon as these catapults get on the core, you're going to see massive damage come out. And Evalon just goes
right
down.
On in there, but it was a little bit of too much of an overcommit. Yes, it was. Sonya gets taken out, and oh my god, is Symbiote Gaming going to take this game? There are still 4 people down here for 2Arc. A few tricks is the only person left and just can't do any damage to Dreadnought at all with the Abathur shield, with the Tassadar shields, and absolutely everything else. And Tassadar, oh my god, there's no way. Symbiote Gaming wins the game.
Wow.
What?
Wow. That is not what I expected to happen there. If you'd asked me 10 minutes in that game who's going to win, I was sure 2Arc had that in the bag. But the double Robo-Goblin Bloodlust, they did it. The double Robo-Goblin Bloodlust.
You know what? I was really hoping that it was going to be the double Robo-Goblin Bloodlust attack.
To actually end the game?
End the game.
Yeah.
But I'm still happy. I'm still happy to see what happened there. But very valiantly played game from 2Arc. They were up so many levels at one point. And I think Symbiote is just a little bit more veteran at this point. And that's why they were able to kind of like keep their heads cool. They're like, all right, our incredibly hilariously bad, but also like somewhat sickeningly like effective build didn't exactly work the first time. We did actually do a good amount of damage, but unfortunately it didn't work the first time. Most teams would be like, most pre-made 5s would be like, yeah, whatever, it didn't work, we're done, this is game over. Symbiote Gaming's like, no, this game's not over. We're still fighting this.
We're in it to win it. Like, they did not give up hope. They did exactly what they needed to do with mercenary management to get back in the game and buy themselves time. Really good job keeping their head on straight. And here to talk about that with us is going to be Arthalon. Actually.
Arthalon. Oh man, I was
Indeed.
Dreadnought. Me and Arthalon. Apparently I was spreading rumors about him.
Ooh, naughty, naughty. Arthalon should have a webcam. Let's get him on here in just a second. We'll swap over to the interview. Let's see if he can pick up.
Hello?
Oh, that's clearly not what I want. Excuse me. That is... Give me just a second here to fix that up. Really? Oh. MLG production status.
Yep.
Alright, you guys aren't on the thing yet visually, but Arthalon, you can give yourself an introduction and we'll get your beautiful picture up here just as soon as humanly possible.
Hi, my name's Arthalon. That's all you need to know.
Wow. He's confident.
Confident.
That's all that's important. He is the Arthalon.
He is the Arthalon, the creator of the double Robo-Goblin push.
Wow, he is.
Well, I wouldn't say I was the creator, but it's definitely a big part of it.
So,
Awesome.
Arth, my arch nemesis, how did you feel about going into that game?
Really bad because we were supposed to win at level 10. One push. But if we got the golem, they unfortunately stole it, but if we got the golem and had to push top, they would have reacted to it, and then that's when we would have backdoored bottom. And I don't think they'd be able to recall in time. But unfortunately, we were like a centimeter away from just getting the golem and doing it.
Yeah. That was definitely super close. That golem snipe by them was huge. That was right when they were level 10. Do you think that was the biggest downfall? Is that when you did the golem, they had the level 10 and you didn't, and that actually is what cost you?
No, not really. The level advantage didn't really matter. It was just us. We had to hit 10 sometime. It was just we didn't finish the golem fast enough, which gave them time to react to it.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Fair enough, but I mean, you guys were down to 1 keep left against 5. It was 5-1 in the keeps. What were your thoughts? Like, what were your Were you just saying we just need to win a team fight? Were you saying we just need to set up the double Robo Goblin push part 2? What were your thoughts at that point? If you could expand.
Well, the whole time, you know, they had the wall down, they had to keep down. So obviously we could go backdoor at any time. So they couldn't be that aggressive on us because if they didn't have vision on us, we could have gone to just end the core. But the scouting drone was pretty OP. I think they caught us like twice with that.
Yeah.
And then
yeah, the scouting drone was actually really cool.
Those were really nice maneuvers.
It was really annoying to deal with. And eventually we went back to our roots and we said, oh wait, we have double Archon Bloodlust. Let's just do that.
Yeah. When you realize that double Archon Bloodlust is something you could still do, it was pretty clear that the team fights became one-sided pretty fast.
Yeah.
That one under the core where you turned it around after a 2-level deficit was pretty intense. That just, I don't know, that was crazy.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised we were able to even come close to coming even in a team fight. But because we did, we were able to stall it out until we were about even level and win.
Yeah. So let's talk about team compositions out here for Team Symbiote. Is this going to be something we're going to be seeing more often, or are we going to go back to something a little bit more standard in the coming games?
Oh yeah, we're going to be doing this every single game. Just saying. It's obviously the best strategy in the entire world. It's uncounterable. It's not cheesy at all, and it can be done multiple times on what is that phrase? Conundrum? No. There's like a
continuum.
In continuum? Add continuum. There we go.
Add continuum.
So what you're saying is it needs to get hit with the Nerf bat immediately.
Exactly,
it can't be allowed to stand.
You gotta find the biggest Nerf bat you got and just sludge that thing down until it's no more.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. It would be a tragedy if 10-minute games that ended at level 10 were the norm.
Teams that face this when you draft, you better ban that Gazlo and Abathur and, you know.
Do you think the Zeratul ban was that? Did you plan the strategy going in with the Zeratul ban, and was that like a really important part of it for you guys?
Well, we just wanted to ban it. It didn't really matter what we banned because the picks on their team didn't really matter overall. It was mostly Tyrande and Zeratul are the main counters to that strategy, but no one plays Tyrande, so we banned Zeratul so he can back and void the core.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, so you felt like since they had no Tyrande player, it's pretty safe. They weren't going to pick that, even though it's really strong against your composition. You also hid not only the Gazlo pick, which you saved for last pick, but you hid the Robo Goblin and the talents leading up to that. That was intentional. Soldier was being cheeky there.
Well, it screwed us over a little bit because when I cloned him, he still didn't level up his talents.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I didn't have Robo Goblin for 5 seconds, so that slowed down our push a lot.
Oh.
But I guess that's a good strategy just to withhold your talents, even though if they look, they're gonna see that something's up if you're just holding your talents.
Definitely something up. That's really awesome.
So, future of Symbiote Gaming, how are you guys feeling in your groups and in this tournament so far? Are you guys feeling really confident? I mean, I think you guys haven't lost a game yet.
Yeah.
So far, no games lost.
So far, no games lost.
We get to see them play more this week. Maybe they throw. Maybe they lose one. We don't know.
Well, unfortunately, there's there's an issue this week too with Tempest, I think, and we can't play them. So I'm kind of disappointed we can't have 3 games instead of just having 2 games. But yeah, we're pretty confident we'll be at least top 2 in the bracket.
Awesome.
Are there any teams that you're afraid of right now?
Not particularly. There's really no team out there that has a winning record against us. The closest there is Snowflake, and they're a really good competition. We like to scrim them often. But in terms of win rates, no team really comes close to us at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, so guys dominating the scrims, showing well in the tourney. You think you're going to make it to the finals then for sure?
We hope so. That's what we're working for.
Okay. Well,
all right, cool.
Look forward to see more interesting, innovative strategies from you guys. Do you have any shout-outs or social media stuff that perhaps you'd like to do here, Arthalon? Let people know who you are, where you come from.
My personal Twitter and Twitch is just /Arthalon. And then you can also follow our team's Twitter, which is Symbiote Gaming. That should have every one of our team members' Twitter links on it, and maybe streams too. And yeah, that's it.
All right,
awesome.
Cool.
Well, thank you very much for being on, man. Great interview.
Thanks for the wonderful casting.
You're welcome. We tried our best. So, we're going to take an ad break here, guys, and we're going to be back with more ECS in just a minute. So